Emma, before majority report, I really want to know how Supreme Court impacted our generation. Can you share 2 to 3 decisions from the last 15 years which have had the most detrimental long-term impact to our society already?
The last 10 to 15 years?
Yeah.
Citizens United.
Citizens United, and then I would do the gun one in 2008. Oh, shit, I can't remember the name of it now. Where the right to carry arms was considered a personal right.
Bush v. Gore, that's 21 years now. But
Bush v. Gore was also, I think, probably the worst. I mean, I think you could probably point to a lot of things that made that
what was the one about the Exxon spill from the late...
The Valdez? I don't remember that. Heller. It was Heller in 2008.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you. There are others, like Janus, in terms of what it did to unions. Concepcion, I think, was really problematic in terms of like barring people from the courthouse.
Exxon v. Baker Bradley. Thank you.
I mean, those are just like 4 or 5 that just come off the top of my head immediately.
Bush v. Gore itself is enough for me to argue abolition on.
The sense is, and I think...
You said Heller, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then, and people should understand, we're about to move into a zone with the Supreme Court where we're going to get decisions that are going to impact the structure of the relationship between our government and the people.
Shelby v. Holder really recently.
Of course, the rollback on the Voting Rights Act, starting in 2013, which I think, what I would argue is getting there in terms of structure, but the ability of our government to do things. The Affordable Care Act case, in terms of
it wasn't as bad as it could have been, but it was pretty bad.
The Medicaid, the idea that you cannot compel states, you can't expand Medicaid, was just bizarre.
Yeah.
And left hundreds of thousands of people, probably millions and millions of people actually, without health care. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, and this is, people should understand, this was in the course of a 5-4 court. 6-3 is so dramatically different. And these crop of conservative justices are so much more, not all of them, Scalia was sort of like, but 3 or 4, the heart of this conservative court is far more radical. And you're going to see like a structural difference. Like, remember the word Chevron doctrine, and the delegation doctrine, I think it's called. Those are going to come up soon, and it's going to be very, very problematic for the way that our government functions. Folks, there's more of what you've just saw where that came from. That's if you hit the subscribe and like button. Thank you. Really, thank you.